Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. Full moon again. It feels like I have to orientate my days about things that are happening on a regular base. And it's really about these moon readings and the card readings that really give me a kind of a structure in time. I have to tell you about the last card reading. When you click the link, it tells it has been removed. I haven't removed it. If you go to my channel, you still find it. But the thing is, I tried to copy paste it several times also in my blog, and it just doesn't work. So I have no idea again what's going on. So anyway, I will try. I hope that this reading will be posted perfectly this time. So let's go into the full moon reading. Can I tell you tension? Can you feel it? You can see this very, very, very strong opposition in the moon and the sun in additional or in the on the node. So we have Sun, Saturn, and now everything there, 5, 6 planets in Pisces. So be prepared for deception. I think that's not new for you either, but don't believe a word what is out there because it's all about now, this fight between, it's not really a fight, we can say, between the dark and the light, because when the light comes in, the dark is gone. But the fight is more that people are too lazy to do their work. People are too much in their habits, in the brainwash that really allows them to get out. And it's very interesting what is going on in the moment, also with people around me. Um, you probably know that I'm making these pendants. Let me show quickly one that are pendants that help you with EMF. So I make a different kind of pendants like this. I have another one, but this is in a plastic bag already. So if you can see it with many different kind of backgrounds. And the background actually is the thing that gives the different color shapes and they glow, they're beautiful. And the feedbacks that I have from people, they are really working. And I'm also working with symbols that are channeled from the star Aldebaran, which is the eye of the Taurus in the Taurus constellation. They're very powerful and especially helping in material ways. So you can contact me if you're interested to have one. I sell them quite I have a little bit of sale to clear my stock because I have a lot of new ideas that I want to do, and I cannot do it because I'm not very good at selling. I'm very good at making things, but not very good at selling. So anyway, what I want to tell you about that, I have these symbols inside. And this is very interesting. I had a discussion, one lady, she asked me if I have some new stuff, and I showed her a couple pictures, and then she asked if the symbols are still inside, and I said yes. And then she asked me what symbols, and I said it's my secret. This lady has made, she was in my workshop to learn about those symbols, and they are over 160 symbols. But I tell you, and I told her that, you cannot just come a few days in a workshop and have the idea that you can work with 160 or plus symbols just like that. It takes a little bit more. Then you have to study the book that you receive, and you really have to work with it to completely understand what's going on. So I told her that I bet that none of the group actually has really worked with the book and studied it. And I'm not willing to give it to her on the silver platter. Of course, I know the excuse, oh, I have so much to do, I'm so busy. Of course you are. And I know all these excuses. I used them myself some time ago. But if you want to go to a higher timeline, you have to break these patterns. You have to invest focus, pay attention, pay. That's what you pay attention to, what you want, and not blindly running for a paycheck. And this is so much a topic also of this astro chart, of this reading today, is like, if you are not willing to do the work and let go of the past, and it is painful to do that, all kind of stuff is coming up, all kind of stuff that you have not yet finished working on, that you have not released, that is still somewhere in your periphery or whatever. This is the stuff you have to work with. And if needed, you have to leave your job and get a new one, or you have to move from a big city into a country place where you are more, say, not so much bombarded with all these horrible energies, that you find some more peace. Like, I was often in Bangkok and I was sleeping there, and all these years, I remember Kuala Lumpur and Hong Kong, they were really bad. You never have night. There are so many lights flickering, glimmering. You don't have a night. And these are all these positive ions that keep your body nervous, stressed, in tension. So I think really it's time to make decisions, and it's time to move forward. And once you have a way you want to go, or something that you really think can help, focus on it. Nobody is going to serve you on a silver platter. We have moved forward. The whole new age that has been hijacked, that whole deception, what happened there, it doesn't work. I was kicked out most of all those new age groups, whatever, because I was too tough cookie, no? But it was worth it. I found my way, I found my train, and it was not easy to get there. For nobody it is, and for nobody it will be. If you don't do the effort to get there, you will not get there. And now back to the chart, so I can show you even more closely about it. And this is all that Pisces, that it here Saturn, the sun. So your consciousness now is being in a way tested. The sun is not who you are. And again, we have to be very clear about that, understanding that, don't say I'm a Piscean, I'm a whatever. That's not who you are. An astrology chart does not tell you who you are, but shows you the curriculum of life. And when I look now into a chart of a moon reading, or whatever other reading that has something to do with the world, it does not tell you what the world is, but it tells you what is going on. And still, there are many ways that people experience it. There are positive and negative ways that can help you to recognize what is going on. So, for example, that each side, each symbol actually has a positive and negative side, a redeemed side and the not redeemed side. So depending on where you are, on what consciousness level you are, you experience that as something positive happening in your life or something negative, but it's the same topic. So now when you look at the sun-moon opposition, the full moon, the moon in Leo, the sun in Pisces, which is also a constellation that can only happen in the SkyView real star constellation, because in Western astrology, it would be always Leo Aquarius. But this is what makes the little or the big difference here, because when we have now Saturn and Sun in Pisces already, and the moon, because she's just at the last degree, and it's 35 degrees because the signs are not 30 degrees, right? So we have that ego dissolving opposition in the moment, and especially Saturn is forcing you now to let go part of your ego. And how does it do it? There are so many ways, again, depending on what consciousness level you are. You will either lose things around you that do not have any value in your life anymore, or you will be confronted with things that is being done from the outside to you because you don't do it. So it has to be done from the outside, because all of us incarnated in the moment are here because we have we all have that moment of, how can I say that? We have all incarnated because we wanted to do something in this lifetime that goes beyond all the other lifetimes we have been here before. Now, let me check quickly. Okay, got it. Share again. I just needed to see quickly something on the screen. So what is happening in the moment is that people might come into your life or being withdrawn, taken away from your life in the moment because either they don't serve you anymore, or they come in to help you to do something that you would not do if you are ready to do it. So see, we have also Neptune here, Neptune in its own sign of Pisces. So this constellation, which is all in conjunction, in opposition to the moon, which is here at the descending node, has something again to do with the old karmic way of life. And I don't mean karmic in the negative way. Karma is a very neutral word. In fact, it is positive and negative. For example, a talent that you bring into this life is also karma, because this is something you have learned, and something when you sit with the angels before you incarnate and you choose that you want to do this, you take the experience of past existence of the soul that you are, that higher self, that soul, to help you to do what you intend to do in this lifetime. So to ascend in a way, to see here the node also to move, but you won't see the goal yet, because if you are the first time, just imagine again a very easy, simple. You go with your car and you drive into a new situation, or you make a journey through your country, places where you've never have been. When you, as long as you are in that car, you won't see around the next corner. You have to trust the map or whatever it is that you get there. You have those signs on the road that there is written a place or whatever you want to go, and you follow those signs and you trust that it guides you there. And the same is it in a spiritual way, that you have many signposts on the way, people who teach you something, people who give you hints or whatever is coming in, but most people are not listening because we are not used to listen. We are used to these big billboards and the TV and the shouting and all that mind business. That is the deception to keep you away from your true spiritual path. Now, Pisces also indicates that you have to come to a silence, to a point of silence within your life, to help you to find out who you are, where you are, which people in your life are here to help you. And even if the help doesn't seem like a help, again, like they kick you out of your job or whatever it is, they are part of the team to help you to move forward. And even if it's difficult, because sometimes things have to be taken away to give us a chance to move forward, because if it's just up to us, we won't do it. This is sad, but this is true. But this has something to do again with the hardship of life, with the brainwash. And here we have Venus, which is Venus retrograde with Mercury. Now, remember, Mercury is representing the ego. And from here we have one karmic aspect that goes here to Uranus. And this karmic aspect that is for the conjunction of Venus and Mercury, shows that part of the ego is being, like, let's say, watered down. It's not destroyed. You cannot live in a physical body without an ego. The ego is needed, but again, the ego is something that is not supposed to control you, but you are supposed to control the ego. So what is happening here when we have Uranus, and Uranus is just at the last degree, no, at the first degree of Taurus, that will manifest something new now. Now, when Uranus has been in areas for a very long time, that is like the breaking open of this old crusted buildings that we have, or boxes that we have put around us. And now we have to slip out and start to manifest something new. And I said that in my card reading very clearly several times. It is time. And the key word is from the brain drop into the heart. And how to do that? Yeah, it's how do you do that? It's just simple, actually. Whenever you have to make a decision, ask, what would love do now? Don't get angry. Don't blow in the sails of those who want to make you angry. Just ask, okay, do I want to be involved in this discussion, in this fight, in this whatever? And when you feel, no, I don't, then just step away and don't blow into the fire and make it flicker more. So just step away. And this is the Pisces topic here, step away. Don't get into those fights. Don't get into these parts. There you'll find healing. There, and we have actually a very small half sextile at 30 degrees to the sun here from Chiron. Then what especially has to move a step forward is the consciousness, the inner standing, not understanding, the inner standing that is connected with the heart. What is the part to move forward? And then we have these two trines. And again, this trine also is connected with Uranus. Uranus is the key here. If you want to move into a higher consciousness, you have to start to listen to your inspiration and intuition. And here that makes us a triangle here. This is the tension. This is what we are confronted with. This is the gift. The gift from Moon to Uranus is, if we listen to our feelings, not emotions, feelings, if we are quiet, we dive beyond the surface of the ocean, of the big wave, we dive down where it's quiet and calm, then we receive the information that we need, that we can move forward. And here the other trine from Sun is coming here to Mars, and Mars is in Gemini. Gemini, which is also here, we see at the root to go up to Sagittarius, is move beyond that patterns and move beyond, like Sagittarius, the arrow beyond, the arrow that penetrates the horizontal line. Let that rules and regulations and beliefs behind you and explore something new. Yeah, it is not easy, I agree. And then the journey, the true journey of initiation is not child's play, and it's not for the weak one. If you want to move forward, if you want to get there into that higher consciousness level where you truly move into 5D, you have to let go of your baggage. You cannot take it with you. And you might remember I have shown you many times pictures about the train station, that now everybody is in the same train station. It has come together. Thousands and thousands of rails and trains are there. And then there are two going from here. One is going in a higher level, one is going in a lower level. Some have already boarded the trains into that higher level and lower levels. And from there again, it is coming, it's folding out, and there are many different ways to go. Even on both levels, there are again many different consciousness levels and tracks where to go. So those who are still in the train station of all the trains, they have to make a decision at one time. And it's not that you have to choose the train. You are automatically, according to your consciousness level, led to the train where you have to go. Again, the goal here is move beyond everything you have ever believed, that you have ever done. Have courage to step out. And those who are not stepping out, well, you have to bear the consequences. There is nothing that you can do about it. It is not the punishment. It is not meant for any good or bad or whatever. When we are moving from duality of good and bad into polarity, where there is just yin and yang, and there is just day and night, and breathing in and breathing out, this is just absolutely natural for our body, that we need that. That is like the rhythm. There are many different rhythms that we are in that are coming to be easy. You can see we have Pluto and we have Jupiter not connected to the whole. But I don't want to go into details here, because that is part of that transformation that we are in, and part of that moving forward is not visible now. That we can see in Pisces, because here that is everything what is hidden. So don't try to understand. Try to understand. Don't try to think about problems. Feel into them. What would you really like? What is your real heart desire? You can write it down, for example, also, and brainstorm about it if you want, if the brain absolutely needs that food. But if you follow your feelings in the moment, and your ego is moving beyond into a stage of surrender, the brain to the heart, then you will move forward, and you will be reborn in a way, and you will be healed. And here we have also a square to Mars. This is all also connected with the forceful energies in our mind, the mind that always want to override your feeling. Whenever you have a feeling, and I remember when I was young, this also, I remember when I fell in love once. My mother told me, don't go too high or too deep, it will be a disappointment anyway. And so it was. So that's what I believe. That's how I was trained, that the mind is stronger, and the mind will always be stronger than anything else. And of course, the mind is always forth and back and forth and back. How can you find peace? There's no way. So the only way is to surrender. And the underlying messages of your true being are the feelings that are connected with your heart. And I'll leave you with that now. I hope you can find the card reading, because it would be very good to have both together. It helps to understand what is going on now better. I wish you a powerful full moon, sorry. I hope you have a time to meditate or to go outside to stand under the moon. It's very beautiful now if you have no clouds ahead. The light is beautiful, silvery, and the nights are here. The nights are clear and warm, and it's kind of mystical, in a way. You can see the moon shadows, which are not very often really visible. And this gives the whole atmosphere of like another dimension. Enjoy that. And if you have time to go out and meditate at night, do it. Okay, so I will see you in my next reading, which is a card reading again. Take good care of yourself and think primarily of yourself. You cannot help any other person to make those decisions. That is a very, very personal thing for each individual walking the planet right now. Bye-bye for now.